coming with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined with my guy Spin Mode. Right?
Hi.
What's wrong? Off rip?
Yeah.
Off rip, the negativity.
Yeah.
Yo, Chris and T-Boo, JB's rule the ones and twos, and Pouty Spinny. What's going on?
Tremaine Edmunds signed with the Bears, man. It's a lot of money. This is $18 million a year. It's a lot of money to pay a linebacker, but man, it sucks. It sucks that he's going to be on the Bears.
Bears spending big money.
Big money.
Big money. They
Lions
gave him.
made some key signings as well.
Yep. More re-signings. Anzalone, the most recent, 3 years, $18.7 million. I don't know how much of that was guaranteed, but looking at another prospect for the Detroit Lions, a lot of people like TJ Edwards, who also went to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. At
19, 3 years. We'll get into it. We got a packed show for you guys. We have former number 3 overall pick of the 2002 draft, Joey Harrington, joined the show.
Yep.
At 5:15, make sure you guys tune in for that one. Obviously, Isaiah Buggs is back.
I like that.
I didn't even mention Cam Sutton.
Cam Sutton.
One that we spoke on last week that we both kind of agreed on. Like, yeah, we like that. A little bit more than we thought he'd be going for, but nonetheless, I'm hearing good things. Luckily enough, I was able to do a little bit of homework on the way in, and I got a couple buddies that are Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and we butt heads all the time. But we were able to make peace. Talk about Cam Sutton and what he means to an organization. I'm excited to talk about that one too.
A lot of people like Cam Sutton in Pittsburgh. He's talked about he's the smartest guy on the field. Cam Hayward said he's his favorite teammate to play with on the defensive side of the ball. He does a lot for the team, so I'm excited for that one. That's a good guy to help solidify that back end of the Lions defense for sure. Not too much money at all. I think it's around $11 million a year.
Yeah,
which is not much.
Save it.
So I'm excited. We're gonna get into that.
We're gonna get to that. Jamal Williams. Obviously, key re-signs for the Detroit Lions happened today. We had Isaiah Buggs come back.
Yep.
And we just spoke about Alex Anzalone, but
Craig Reynolds.
But, speaking of running backs, Jamal Williams, you got to re-sign with the Detroit Lions, and hearing that he's taking a couple visits. From what I've heard, I haven't seen it actually specified over on Twitter. I know that there's teams interested, but I haven't seen him take actual visits, or if he's talking to. Yeah. Do you have any updates on that one?
I do not. I don't have any updates on that. We've heard that a deal is imminent with the Detroit Lions for Jamal Williams. He talks like he's going to be here. He wants to be here. You can see that. We'll see if it gets done. Hopefully it gets done. I like Jamal. I'd like to see him playing for the Lions next year for sure. But, man, a lot of money getting thrown around. Hargrave got a bag from the 49ers.
Man,
Darren Payne got a bag from the Commanders.
Yeah.
Jimmy G got a bag. It's crazy. I love at the end of free agency or the first day of free agency when someone puts out how much money was spent. Yeah, and it's $2 billion or something, just a ridiculous amount of money. So we'll see, but a lot of money getting thrown around.
A lot of it coming from the Bears too, division rival. And maybe we should save this one for later into the show, but I guess just off rip, you getting a little nervous about the claim of the North?
No, I still think the Lions are ahead of the Bears in the rebuild, but man, the Bears are looking like they're building a pretty damn good team over there. I'll tell you that.
JB, you're the gentleman in the room talking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But now, that didn't sound too proud to see.
It really doesn't. I'm really upset. First, with the whole Tremaine Edmunds thing, it happened right after Ermanni Edwards and Mass. I was a little upset about it, too. I'm not as upset about it as, Spencer is right now, but still, that hurt. That really hurt. I'm not going to lie.
Sucks. That's a lot of money, though.
I tried to tell you to prepare yourself for that one.
I did.
I tried.
I know. I wanted him. I wanted him bad.
And it's messed up, too.
I had nature for him.
I knew we weren't going to get him as a Detroit Lions fan, but I didn't know it was going to be the Bears. And I should have known because they had the most money to throw at the game.
Yeah, that's why. If it wasn't the Bears, I wouldn't be as hurt as I am right now.
That's
now we got
fair.
to see him twice a year.
I hate the Bears.
Alongside TJ Edwards.
I got some beef on that one, but I know, Chris, you had your hand up briefly.
I'm thinking Jalen Carter.
I was just trying to tell you guys, I was warning you all year about the Bears when we were talking about the Packers next year and who's to fear. It's the Bears. They have all this ability to turn over their team, and we see it every year in the NFL, the worst to first. So, not saying it's going to happen, but that's a team that obviously had the most flexibility to change around their roster, and they're doing that now.
Yeah, and it looks like Lions are out of free agent linebacker contention now, or at least a big name free agent linebacker because of the re-signing of Anzalone.
Yeah.
Maybe they get someone as a depth piece or something like that, but you got to think that they're just going to rock with Anzalone as the starter after giving him that 3-year deal.
Yeah, I want to save it for later in the show, but like that the amount that Anzalone got, I guess in comparison to TJ Edwards, like it just we'll get into it. I do want to take this moment though. So speaking of Tremaine Edmunds and the Chicago Bears, just to continue to pick on the Bears. All right, I was a minority of NFL fans who thought the Bears could have got more for that first overall pick, and I'm going to continue to nick and pick at them too because they traded Roquan Smith, arguably top 3, top 2 in the game right now at the linebacker position, for a second-round pick.
Yeah.
That's what they got back for Roquan Smith, the guy who's top 3 at his position. In exchange, gave a second-round pick for Chase Claypool, who I wouldn't say is top 20 at the position.
Probably not.
Probably not. And then all at the end of it, to hit free agency. And no disrespect to Tremaine Edmunds. I wanted him as a Detroit Lions. But to pay Tremaine Edmunds, was it ended up breaking down to $18 million a year?
$18 million a year, yep.
Roquan re-signed, who again, top 3 guy at the position, re-signed with the team he got traded to, the Baltimore Ravens, for $2 million less. You had a top 3 guy. Oh, you want to? Roquan's old? Is Roquan old? No, Roquan's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Tremaine Edmunds, 24 years old.
Yep.
1 year difference. $2 million less a year. Listen, I get, like, you see the flashy moves here in free agency, and you see the flashy, like, package they got for the first overall to number 9, which really only include 1 extra first-round pick. It's really just a pick swap in 2 seconds.
And a player. And another first.
Yeah, like a lot of people, like,
it's a little bit more than a
they're
pick
probably
swap.
like, big split. No. Ryan Poles, we're going to see how it plays out, and I could 100% be wrong. I'm not impressed.
Jamel Dean is
I'm
going
really
back
not.
to the Bucs. Cornerback Jamel Dean.
Wow.
4 years, $52 million.
That, along with
That's a lot of money.
Hargrave going to the 49ers, that's one of those, like, cap space is fake type things. How the Bucs pull that one off?
I don't know.
How much was the deal?
4 years, $52 million.
What? I guess that's not that. It's kind of similar to the Sutton deal, but still, that was a team that was negative 50 in the hole. But back to picking on the Bears. Top 3 guy at the position. $2 million more. That's a lot to me. But to the organization that had the most cap space the entire offseason, like that's a L, my guy. In my
Pocket
opinion.
money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maybe
to
Roquan
me.
wanted out. I mean, we don't know how that situation went.
Yeah, I guess. I know one thing that's been like a hot topic has been like the guaranteed money. So that's a situation going on with Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
I'm looking at Roquan Smith's guarantees here with the deal he signed with the Baltimore Ravens, and it's only including $45 million guaranteed. 60 in total guarantees, which is obviously like the bonuses and stuff like that. His deal wasn't fully guaranteed. If I'm not mistaken, Tremaine Edmunds was $50 million guaranteed.
50 million guaranteed.
So you're $10 million off there.
Yeah.
Again, Ryan Poles. A lot of people going to be on that pole for it, and I get it. That the moves are flashy and splashy in terms of like free agency, but in his NFL history, a lot of those moves don't really equate to anything.
Dude.
What? What else has happened?
Cam Sutton's base salary in 2023,
Yeah.
$1.1 million.
So they already got it. Okay. I like that. Spotrac over the cap. I ain't tripping either way.
I'm not sure exactly.
Was it just a tweet from somebody?
Eric Schlitt put it out there. Yeah.
Wow. Brad Holmes.
Eric Schlitt put it out there. $1.1 million in 2023, 10.5 in 24, 10.5 in 25.
You want to talk about weaponizing the cap? That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. And by the way, like, we have a whole Cam Sutton topic coming to dedicate to Cam Sutton, and
Yes.
I'm encouraging you guys to call in towards the end of that one too. He's considered like a 1 to 2 on like a elite team, and is a 28-year-old guy, a veteran guy that we spoke about last week that we want to bring in to help lead the young guys. And we'll get into it. I'm gonna save it.
We're going to get into it for sure.
I don't have insurance. I did something to my foot this week, Vinny.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see that one, Chris. I'm a lot more flexible than people I don't know what the hell's wrong with this thing.
You got a shoe on.
I do got a shoe on. It hurt.
Well, like,
what?
What were we supposed to see?
I don't know. Just that I can get my leg up that high. Bruce Lee, what's up? I'm playing. But I slipped off my porch Friday. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are happy to hear that. All the golf gobblers clapping. Take a shot for that one. Was not fun. That one definitely hurt. If anybody got any extra walking boots from like size 10, size 11, holla at me. Maybe size 12. Probably be safe.
What's worse than the cold, Eazy or Jared Goff?
Man, this has been wild though. Can you put up the graphic of all the re-signs of the
Bears?
No, the Lions. All the Craig Reynolds one, and then with all the guys under it.
Oh, yep.
Because they tendered a lot of guys as well. They did re-sign Craig Reynolds to a deal, and
here we go.
Here it is. The Lions have re-signed unrestricted free agent Craig Reynolds, and they also tendered Scott Daly, Benito Jones, Brock Wright, Shane Zylstra, and Anthony Pittman.
Boom. So a lot of people were saying, the draft tight end camp is in. There's only one tight end on the Detroit Lions roster. Well,
now there's three.
Now there's three.
It's same three as last year. Same productive trio that the Lions had last year.
I think 3 touchdowns each for those guys. Other than James Mitchell, who still had 1 touchdown himself. I don't think the tight end position's a need, but I won't lie. Darnell Washington,
he's a beast.
He looks like a monster. He looks like something worth investing in, but we shall see. We shall see. You never text me back when I give you whale facts. What's up, man? Is it because you're afraid of them?
Yes. Yeah. And I knew that already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whales explode.
Yeah.
After they die. Did you know that, Chris?
What? No.
Whales literally explode. There's some type of gas.
The gas builds up in their body.
Yeah, because the blubber's like fat and like it
Amazing.
Dissipates. I don't know what I'm looking for there, but it turns into methane. Yeah, methane. And so if you ever see a beach whale, it's not gonna happen here in Michigan, but don't go by it. That thing will literally
boys taking time bomb
explode.
Yeah.
Camels too, I guess, but obviously a whale exploding is a lot more dangerous than a fucking camel. But
I remember when they tried to blow up that whale on the beach.
Yo, I saw that video too.
Yeah.
That was wild. I was listening to like the news article about our anchor, and he sounded excited about it. He's like, "Well, we just got to blow it up."
I would be too. That'd be pretty cool. I'm about to blow up this whale with dynamite. That'd be pretty cool.
Some guy's car got robbed.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Good thing there wasn't a human in there." I'm wondering, like, does insurance cover fucking whale blubber falling out of the sky, smashing your roof into the passenger seat? Very curious about that one. I thought that was super interesting. Also,
this is just
UFC news.
Coming hot and heavy, man.
Merab fucking smashed Peter Yan. Did you watch that?
Dominated Yan.
Damn, man.
5 rounds.
I know I've always been the camp of saying like Yan was a little bit overrated just because like he never. I feel like they were giving him like cans to make to build him up to be like the boogeyman of the 135 division, which he was, and he still is good. But Merab, holy shit. He's the best friend of the current champion, Aljamain Sterling. So like they're kind of like refusing to fight. Dana White's giving them shit about that.
That's so whack.
Them not fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's whack. Take the title shot. Quit being a little baby.
Yeah, I don't.
Sam Darnold signing a 1-year deal with the Niners.
Hey, if anybody can fix
Power
that,
moves.
man.
It's Kyle Shanahan.
At least make him look fixed. Yeah, it's Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'd be willing to throw. I'm curious to see Ben Johnson with a new quarterback. Not in a disrespectful way towards Jared Goff, but to like see like how nice this man really is. Because we've seen Kyle Shanahan do it with like multiple guys at this point. I want to see if Ben Johnson has that same skill set. But speaking of quarterbacks in Detroit Lions, we have again Joey Harrington, former number 3 overall pick for the Detroit Lions. Join the show when we come back. Brought to you by Scholarship for Sneakers or Sneakers for Scholarships. But before we do that, Smitty, tell us about Custom Health.
I will, because you can lose some weight if you want to, just like Ryan Ermanni did with Custom Health. Look at him. He went from Corey Spaghetti to Corey Maggette. But in all seriousness, you can do the same. All you have to do is call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call Custom Health Centers today and let them help you lose some weight.
Oh, yeah. Woodwardsports.com. Home bracket challenge, Gardner White, you heard about it too? Be on the way like me, Lazy Boy section. It's this way. It's almost tournament time, so you know what that means. Go to Woodwardsports.com. Sign up now for the bracket challenge, because you might be able to win some of these Lazy Boys. or $1,000. You never know. I'm just saying. See you there. Gardner White, the only local Michigan furniture store. You gotta come check them out. Lazy Boy, that's my section.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there.
And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there.
Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What up, though, and welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. That's my guy Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
Young Chris in the TD booth. JB Smooths and 1s and 2s. Are you still pouting about that?
I mean, yeah, it's not cool. I'm all right with it though. You know, it is what it is.
Not cool.
Okay.
It is what it is.
All right. We got some technical difficulties with Joey Harrington. I don't. Maybe it's a firewall issue. I don't know. When we're live like this, I don't know how to walk somebody through that.
Yeah.
Maybe I give his information to Chris or Chris' information to him. So he will be joining us shortly. We got him.
Yes, we do.
Oh, there
Beautiful.
we go.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of Sneakers for Scholarships, we got former Detroit Lion, number 3 overall pick of the 2002 NFL Draft, Joey Harrington, joined the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. What's up, Joey?
About the technical, hold on, let's get this set. There we go. I think we got something.
Let's go! What's going on,
How we
man?
doing?
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Before we get into it, we're obviously going to talk some Lions with you, talk some Jared Goff as well. But why don't you just break down a little bit what you're doing with your charity work with Sneakers for Scholarships and how people could get involved with that.
Let me hit that right off the start. I mean, so my foundation right after I got drafted in Detroit. I knew I wanted to do something to give back. That I recognized how many people had helped me get to the point where I was. And I came up, after I retired, I came up with the idea of putting together a community leadership scholarship. But we give 4 4-year scholarships every year to graduating high school seniors from around the state. And it has nothing to do with grades and test scores, but it's financial need and community leadership. And then we take those students and we connect them with mentors, people who can help open doors, who can provide them access, right? Because the students that we're looking for are people who have invested in their community, but don't know how to then, or don't have the resources to then turn that into what they want to help better their community. And so our mentor board is made up of people from finance and marketing, and designers, and Supreme Court justices, and those mentors help open doors for our students. They become a resource. One of our original mentors was Tinker Hatfield. And Tinker, I'm sure you guys as sneakerheads know Tinker, that designed Jordans 3 through 14, 15, and then came back for 23 and did a couple others. But I mean, he did all the Air Maxes. He essentially created cross trainers. And so Tinker was actually our second mentor in our mentorship program. And what's so great is he gets it, right? He has worldwide fame. He has worldwide recognition, yet he still helps our community. And a couple of years ago, I asked him, like, hey, could you help me out and make a Jordan for us to raise some money for the scholarship? And he put together a Jordan 1 retro with our foundation green and gray colors, put our logo on it, made 5 pair. So there's only 5 pair that exist in the world. They're all sitting in my closet over there, upstairs. And said, here you go. And so I was sitting on these things. I was like, what do I do with it? Well, not 2 months ago did he come over, just, ding dong on the doorbell. He says, here's a pair of the new Jordan 14 Oregon PE that I did for the football team, and signed them. I want you to use this to help raise money for the scholarship. I was like, perfect. I'm going to take the 14. I'm going to take one of the Jordan 1 Harrington family foundations and put them up for raffle. And it's not a bid. It's not an auction. Like, you're not trying to outbid somebody. Literally everybody has a chance to win this. It's a $25 raffle ticket. Like, that's like the crux of our program. Like, we're not trying to make this. This is a holy grail type of sneaker here, right? A limited edition Jordan signed by Tinker, and I want everybody to have access. I want everybody to have an opportunity to win this. So it's a 1 ticket, 1 chance, $25, and you could be walking out with a couple pairs of I guess what would we call it? Like sneaker royalty or sneaker, the holy grail of sneakers.
The grail, oh, for sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
$25, that's it?
$25 then.
That's it.
You're not outbidding anybody.
You're not trying to outbid somebody who can afford to pay $10,000. Like, this is $25 and everybody gets a shot.
That's so awesome.
How much extra for you to pick me, though, out of the raffle,
Well, that might cost you $10,000. that might, we would, I put up our goal. We're trying to sell 5,000 tickets. I mean, are we going to do it in year one? Probably not. But 5,000 tickets sold endows an entire scholarship in perpetuity. So if we raise $125,000, every time we raise $125,000, we can afford to give our scholarship to somebody every year for the rest of forever. Like, and that's our goal. So, maybe just come up with a cool 125, and I'll make sure you get the shoes.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, here's pictures of the shoes right now. We got them on the screen there. So, yeah, we're gonna talk to you more about where you can find them and where people can go out and do this. But I just wanted to ask you about Jared Goff, the current quarterback for the Detroit Lions. There's obviously a lot of controversy. People don't think that he's the quarterback for the future. Some people call him bridge. We've heard Lions brass talking about what his role might be in the future. What are your thoughts on Jared Goff, and do you think he could lead the Lions to a Super Bowl?
Were we watching the same season?
I believe so.
Were we like the end of this season? Like we'll call it what? The last, what was it, 10 games or so?
Yeah.
Like, he was as good as anybody in the NFL. And even over the course of the entire season. Like, I don't know why. I guess tell me why would people say that? I guess I don't see the other side of the argument. Help me out here.
For me personally, I am a truther is what I call myself. I see it as he is more of a game managing quarterback, and he's going to be coming up. He had a fantastic year last year for sure. He's going to be coming up to a big extension. We see guys like Daniel Jones, Geno Smith now getting paid around $40 million a year. And with that type of cap hit, with that type of financial commitment, I personally think you could bring in a rookie to provide similar results in an offense that you have built with a guy like Ben Johnson.
How many yards you throw for?
4,200, I believe. 4,237.
How many touchdowns?
29.
29. 7 interceptions.
There weren't too many other quarterbacks who were putting up 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, right? Yeah. So I guess that's my point: is why not capitalize on the success that he had? Why not embrace him right now? Sure, maybe is he coming up for a payday in a little bit? I don't know. I haven't paid that much attention to his contract situation. But why not do the best you can to put something around him, as opposed to trying to find somebody to replace him, right? He took the Lions from 0-6 to 1 game away from the playoffs, right? 1-6, 0-6. I mean, he literally led them from the bottom of the barrel to that close to being in the playoffs for the first time in how long? So I guess that's kind of my point, is I don't understand why you would try to change that. Instead, let's add to it. Let's make it better. Let's support it. Let's figure out a way to take that team at the end of the year and add some pieces to get them over the top. So I personally, I like Jared. You know, I've spoken with him a couple times, don't know him really well, but you know, I think that he did a fantastic job this year in a really difficult situation.
I guess like the one argument I think that like a lot of the golf truthers would have is like they point to like the coaching and what Jared Goff was in 2021. Granted, not a lot of weapons and resources to work with versus how he looked with Ben Johnson. And the same could be said for maybe even Daniel Jones and his like, you know, first 3 years in that league versus having a year with Brian Dabble. Like it feels like a lot of the changes for Jared Goff's success and even Daniel Jones' success was the coaching. And if I can almost parlay that into a question with you and your career, like how much of that do you think affected your start with the Detroit Lions as a rookie was the coaching versus, I guess, you know, as a prospect? Because you were drafted number 3 for a reason, right? Like,
right. Speaking, I can't speak for him. I can't speak for, you know, him on that situation. Here's what I can say. In 7 years in the NFL, I had 8 head coaches.
Oh, here he goes.
There we go.
Apologize.
Yeah.
That was
I was trying to. This was the problem earlier. I was trying to get on a computer, but it wouldn't let me in, and now I'm on my phone. So apparently, when somebody calls, then it kicks me off of this. I had 8 head coaches in 7 years. I mean, probably just as many coordinators, and it's a difficult situation to go through. I was never in a position though where I had success, and never was able to build that confidence in myself that I could go out and do it on my own. Like we got a whole, you know, this is a whole nother show. Jared Goff has done that. Jared Goff has taken a team to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff literally went on a however many game winning streak at the end of the season and is a exponentially more confident quarterback than I was. So I would think somebody like that who has had success in different places would be better equipped to, you know, to do it again with another coordinator. For me, I wanted some sort of continuity. I wanted to be able to say year 1 to year 2, I know that I'm going to be doing the same thing, that this guy's going to be coaching the same thing, that I'm going to, you know, be able to carry something over. And that wasn't always the case. But that was from the beginning of my career. Jared Goff has already established himself as somebody who can play in the NFL. And I wouldn't be worried with somebody new coming in.
And then our TV's pressing us for a break here, but if I could squeeze one more in and then get the details for how people could donate the $25 into the raffle for those shoes. But real quick, I guess, any advice for the young prospects at the quarterback position heading into this year's class if they land in a less than ideal situation, given your experience?
Be flexible. Don't lose confidence in yourself. There's a reason that you were picked, you know, first, third, 10th, right? You earned that. Now, go into that situation and understand that it's not always going to be under your control. There are things that are outside of your control, but that doesn't take away from your skills and the things that have got you to this point. But be flexible, learn, listen, understand, take in different perspectives, and then use those experiences to make you better rather than to bring you down.
Joey, man, this was a great interview.
Great interview.
I might have to hit you back up throughout the season, man. Where can people donate that $25 into the raffle for those kicks?
Yeah, so HarringtonFamilyFoundation.org. You guys found me on Twitter. Just I'll be popping it out there all week. We got one more week of this raffle. I'm gonna be pushing it hard, and so yeah, you $25 for a raffle ticket. Hey, you buy 10 raffle tickets, you have 10 chances. You know, it's just math, right? You know, how much would you be willing to pay for a pair of 1 of 5, limited edition Jordans. I don't know. Plus Tinker signed. I mean, like we said, Holy Grail. So, but everybody has chance to win these for just $25, and it all goes to our community leadership scholarship. So, no matter what happens, there's some great students who will benefit.
So awesome! Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh yeah, Joey. Thank you.
We appreciate
you.
Best of luck with everything you got going forward, and I'm definitely going to put in a couple raffles.
Yeah,
so I love sneakers, so I'm going to be in there for sure.
Sneakerhead for sure.
I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you,
Joey. Appreciate you. We got to get him back on like during the season or something. That was
awesome.
Yeah, we almost had like too much to talk about to like.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Very, very cool experience though. But we do got to get to break, so let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm before we get back with our free agent talk. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We'll be right back with some Lions free agent talk.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
One of the biggest driving factors to watch sports is so we can head over to our boys and let them know I was right. You may have called me bad, take Eazy, but I just happen to be right after time again. And you have your opportunity to do so. Prove me, prove Spinny, prove Chris, prove all of us wrong, prove yourself right, win a lazy boy and some cash. Head over to WoodwardSports.com right now and sign up for the Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge for free. Presented by Gardner White. First place gets you $1,000 and 2 Lazy Boy recliners. Second place gets you $500 and 1 Lazy Boy recliner. Third place, correct me if I'm wrong, is it $100 and still a Lazy Boy recliner? Is that how it's rolling right now? Guys, it's for free. The free ski. All right. Matter of fact, I'm willing to make a personal bet. Maybe we'll set some up on Twitter. I want to. If someone beats me, I want to put something online. I like being right. I just do. Special thank you to Rachel Tronstein Stewart, from the president of Gardner White, for making this happen. It's Woodward Heavyweights. Time to talk about some free agency. That was a dope interview.
That was dope.
That was sick.
Very cool guy. Very cool
Definitely
guy.
want to get him back. He has such a perspective of like, I mean, that's why I wanted to ask him, what advice would you give to these guys heading into the league?
Yeah.
Put in a less ideal situation, because like, it's such a short span to get that interview in, but like, we kind of talked about it. Jared Goff without Ben Johnson, kind of boo-boo. Jared Goff with Ben Johnson, great. Daniel Jones without Brian Dabble, kind of boo-boo. Daniel Jones with Brian Dabble, great.
Yeah.
So like, how often do you think he sits there and sees like those type of situations, or just knowing his situation and wonders like, damn, like,
if I had a play caller like that, if I had an offense built around me like that, like he said, he was
put in such a shit situation,
or 7 head coaches in 8 years.
That's insane.
That is, it'll be very difficult for someone to thrive in a situation like that. So, very cool. And the we talked about the Sneakers for Scholarships is a very, very good thing that he's doing for the community. So
yes,
shout out to Joey Harrington. That was awesome.
For sure. Only $25 to do that too. You guys appreciate Joey coming on, so we may possibly get him on a couple more times throughout the season. Like, let's hit that up.
And make sure you guys go wherever you get a podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, find the Woodward Heavyweights, leave a 5-star review. Now we got to get into it. Obviously there's been multiple deals done throughout the day. A lot of people going crazy, but the biggest name the Lions brought in,
Joey Harrington.
The third best cornerback on the market from a lot of different sources, Cam Sutton of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They brought him in. They gave him a deal. I already talked about the first year of his deal. It's only a $1.1 million hit. This is a guy, Chris, can you put up the graphic with his stats on it? It's impressive, very impressive what he did last year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You can see it right there. Only a 44.4 completion percentage allowed when targeted by Cam Sutton. That's top 5 since 2017 in the NFL, since 2016 on a minimum of 50 targets. He only allowed a 69.6 passer rating allowed when targeted. This guy, they brought him in here to solidify the back end of that defense. They gave him some money, and hopefully we see him ball out for the Lions next year. I love it. I think everybody knew that they needed to address the cornerback position. It wasn't a secret that the Detroit Lions were going to address the cornerback position this offseason. And they did it right away with one of the best on the market, 28 years old. He's going to come in here, provide some of that veteran leadership. I was listening to an interview with Cam Hayward, who is probably a Hall of Famer, a fantastic player for the Pittsburgh Steelers for a long time. He said that Cam Sutton is his favorite player on the defense, his favorite guy to play with, because of the intelligence he plays with, because of what he does on and off the field, how versatile he is, and the attitude and the tenacity that he brings to the game. So it seems like this is a guy that will fit in perfectly with Dan Campbell and Aaron Glenn's system. This is a guy who had the best year of his career last year, and he's looking to build on that for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and even here's this other stat too that kind of ties in with how he'll fit in with the Lions.
Yeah, Cam Sutton allowed just 32 receptions on 72 targets in 2022. That's the 44.4% completion percentage. Was tied for 4th lowest in a season since 2016. It's impressive. This is a high talent guy who made plays. You can move him around. He can play nickel. He can play outside. I love it. It's a great sign.
Got a couple more stats for you. And if you guys are the PFF type, you'll like these ones. That's what floats your boat. And I got some for the regular regulars like myself. Top 5 in man coverage grades. This guy, Cam Sutton.
That's pretty good.
Top five. That's nice.
That's pretty good.
All right. The man covers the Detroit Lions. Maybe they move something different. Top 7 in zone.
That's also pretty good.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
All right. Top 3 in pass breakups this season.
I'd say that's pretty good.
Tied for most interceptions and pass breakups. Combine the two.
Yep.
That's tied for the most.
That's pretty good.
That's number 1.
That's pretty
Very
good.
nice. Some might say he's also an elite tackler and just one of the smartest players in the field. He's 27 years old, going on 28, entering a young backfield, a young secondary for the Detroit Lions. This is everything we asked for. I remember at some point, maybe 3 weeks ago, we talked about bringing in Marcus Peters. We talked about bringing in Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, just smart veteran minds to help, I guess, raise up these young guys, the cerebral types. We talked about that end up coaching, the guys that play the game just through being smarter. This is what we got. We got everything we asked for at only $11 million a year.
Yeah.
Some may say he's a borderline CB1. Some say he's CB2. Again, in the Detroit Lions defense, he's definitely going to be CB1. And I just love having the veteran leadership. Again, I don't think this – here's another question for, I guess, the listeners and for you, Spinny, Chris, JB. Because me personally, I don't think this changes the draft board too much. I still think cornerback is high up there. I still think Gonzalez at 6 is a strong possibility, whether it's Gonzalez and or Witherspoon. I'm still down with that. And I think having a Cam Sutton is the perfect hand up into the league.
It is. It is great. You talk about how much Rasheem Mathis affected Darius Slay's growth, where you get a guy back there who's been around the league, who's performed at a high level, who knows what he's doing to help mentor a young cornerback. I do think it's still on the board. Obviously now they don't need to get it right away.
Yeah.
So I don't know at 6 if that's realistic. But I think that this is so important because they are still going to add one of these young corners in the draft.
Yeah.
They are going to. And having a guy back there like Cam Sutton that's been around, that has been in the league for a while, that has played at an extremely high level, like you said, top 10 last year in every stat you could want out of a corner.
Yeah.
It's
pretty fucking
imperative for the growth of a young cornerback. And looking on the money side of things, I know I talked to it a little bit in the intro, but Eric Schlitt posted this on Twitter, so shout out to him. But Cameron Sutton's full contract, his 2023 base salary is $1.1 million fully guaranteed.
You love it.
You love it. It creates more flexibility, gives you the option to go after, grab a guy, maybe do something here or there.
Grab him by the...
This is a home run. This is a home run signing for Brad Holmes. Unless he completely falls off a cliff, which I pray doesn't happen. I don't think is going to happen because he's shown, like you said, man coverage, zone coverage, pass breakups, interceptions. He's great in all of them. He's shown the ability to play multiple positions. I think this is a home run for Brad Holmes.
Yeah, I think in the grand scheme of things, you have to do a little bit of the homework on the situation. It's brilliant. And I think it's something that tells you it's a good move either way, regardless of the numbers and doing your own homework on it. We went over Brad Holmes' first 2 free agency classes last week, Smitty.
Yes.
The most he's ever committed to any of his free agents off the open market was 2 years. The most he's ever spent on any free agent was $10 million. That was on a 1-year deal with DJ Chark.
DJ Chark, yes.
This guy got $33 million from a guy who was respectably kind of stingy.
Yes.
Was spending the money. A 3-year commitment on that $33 million, 21 of it guaranteed. If you guys want to sit here, whether you're listening on your phones, your laptops, wherever, make sure you guys leave the 5-star review, hit the like button, and you want to say you trust Brad Holmes, when he makes a move like this, and then we have the numbers behind it to back him up, that's a damn good signing.
That's the reason you trust Brad Holmes, is because he's talked about he's not going to go out there and as much. I've sat here and said Tremaine Edmunds. The guy went out there and got $18 million a year. That's not realistic for where the Lions are at right now with the cap space to pay a guy like that much money. But you get the 3rd best defensive back in this free agent class on a good deal that works with the books. He fits the scheme. He is, like I said, every single player on the Pittsburgh Steelers says he's the smartest guy on the field. Fits the scheme, fits the culture, is a great player, and you get him on a good number. You can't ask for more than that out of a free agent signing, especially at a severe position of need, which the cornerback was for the Detroit Lions. It's impressive on all counts. I love it.
I love it too.
A+ signing for Cam Sutton.
By the way, a great way to see like how valuable a player is to a franchise when you pick him up in free agency from another one that you're not familiar with. Look at the response from the following fan base, the previous fan base. Steelers fans were upset. A lot of the terms used dog, brilliant, beast, great open field tackler, all that stuff. There wasn't a single like good riddance, he's not worth that. No, Steelers fans were upset about this one. But we're here to talk about that a lot more. Alex Anzalone signed as well, but not before Smitty tells us about Big Boy.
I will, because Seafood Fest is back at Big Boy. Catch it while you can. Some favorites during Lent, like the shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and new fish sandwich. Go to your local Big Boy today, and don't forget the all-you-can-eat fish fry buffets on Friday nights. Check out Big Boy and satisfy those taste buds. We'll be right back with more Lions free agent coverage.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, you've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5. $5, y'all. And while you're there, they got many options, but don't forget to pick up the Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, or Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPepperTanning.com. They got the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Once again, y'all, you know where to go. It's ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin Mo Rex.
What up, though?
We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the 1s, 2s. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button. There also is a Woodward Sports chat poll. If you guys want to grade the signing of Cam Sutton, Spinny, based off what you said, everything you kind of hype over it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Coming off of the depressed Tremaine Edmunds signing of the Chicago Bears, you hype for Cam Sutton. Is it an A+ for you or A?
It is an A+ for me. It is an A+ signing for me. I think it, like I said, it's a great deal. It's a great number. And don't forget, check out the podcast anywhere you find podcasts. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, go look for the Woodward Heavyweight, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review. But I do think it's an A+ signing. Like we talked about, all great in man, great in zone, great playing the ball, great tackling in the open field.
Yeah.
And you got him on a good number, and he's still he's only 28 years old. So
yeah. Chris, we have a for the the stat junkies, the PFF nerds. We have a graph here.
Oh yeah.
For
this
my guy
really
Cam
nice.
Sutton. I don't remember exactly what they were. Go throw that thing up so we read out loud. Oh yeah, I can't read that one.
Yeah, the cornerback receiving yards allowed versus incompletions forced. And they had it broken down into 4 categories.
With a minimum of 60 times
With a minimum of 60 attempts their way. And right there, right in the middle, with guys like James Bradbury, pretty good, right? You know, Sauce Gardner, he's pretty good. DJ Reed, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Jamel Dean, that guy's pretty good. Tariq Woolen, right there in lockdown. Cameron Sutton.
A+.
A+.
Grade. And then you want to go to like the money side of it. People who are nerdy like me or sometimes like Neil, he decides that off days and on days where cap space matters. But we also, I don't know if you made a graphic of this one yet, Chris, but Eric Schlitt, the contract details that you mentioned too, Spinny, only $1 million of a cap hit this year.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Sheesh, dude. Look
Base salary 1.1 fully guaranteed his first year.
So I mean, technically, as much as like we see that $33 million and we're looking at the Lions $20 million, which may turn to 30 if they cut Big V or whatever they decide to do with Romeo Quara, people who may think, oh damn, like they spent this $11 million out the gate, and they gave some to Alex Anzalone, which we're going to discuss about here shortly too, and they're thinking, damn, Detroit Lions must be done. No, and knowing Brad Holmes too, he signed you on those 1 year prove it deals. You got a couple agent vets out there that may be looking for like 1 to 2 year deals. At the linebacker position, which we still need, which we're going to discuss because they did re-sign Alex Anzalone.
They did re-sign Alex Anzalone.
Bobby Wagner's out there still. Levante David's out there still. I mean, looking at the way that contract's structured, if they really wanted to and if they're willing to come here to Detroit, that's something that they're able to do.
It's
Brown's
beautiful.
Nice like that.
Yeah, it is beautiful working of the salary
By the
cap.
numbers.
By the numbers. You keep it open. You keep your options open, and you're getting quality product for him. A deal that makes him happy. A deal that makes you happy.
Yeah.
A deal great for both parties. And like I said, man, this is a great signing. This is something that, like I said, the Lions needed. It was the biggest position of need for the Detroit Lions, and they went out there and got one of the best guys on the market.
Chris, I don't know if you're raising your hand or checking if you put on deodorant this morning. What's up?
We're good. We're good. I just like it because, I mean, the way I look at it now with that 1.1 cap million hit, now granted it's only one of the years in the contract, but you got an A+ lockdown corner for David Blau money. Like, that's nice. How is it not an A+? How is it not an A+?
That was a great way to put it. And it's crazy too because like heading into today's show, a lot of what we were going to discuss or we planned on discussing at the time was did the Lions miss out on Jalen Ramsey and how bad does that hurt and all that stuff.
It's all forgotten.
Didn't even say this is the first time we mentioned it all show.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
Don't care.
Don't care.
They still don't care.
Still don't care. And ultimately, too, like Jalen Ramsey, Detroit was an option for him. But what ended up happening is the Rams gave him the opportunity to pick where he wanted to go. He picked a state tax-free Florida Miami
Took
with
his
the
talents to
Moms,
South Beach.
and they guaranteed his last two years of this deal. Like Detroit was going to lose out on that 10 times.
Detroit lost out on that. They kept Isaiah Buggs.
Yeah.
Got him back on a good contract, just a 2-year, $6 million deal. I think it's
that one I was
4.5 guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. I like Isaiah Buggs. He provides a good, Isaiah Buggs loves it. Detroit, I love you. Let's work.
Mm-hmm.
He has been very vocal in the offseason, talking about wanting to stay in Detroit, talking about wanting to build things in Detroit, and they got the deal done for a guy that provides a service that you need in the NFL, which is stopping the run. He's shown that he can go out there and be a run stopper. So I like it. I think it's a good deal. Again, a low number, 4 or 5 guaranteed. So I'm taking it. I like Buggs. I like Buggs a lot.
You did. And that was one where I was like, because based off of his contract last year, and a little bit of his production too, he was signed just under $1 million on a 1-year deal. Getting one of those Brad Holmes patented deals, 1 year, prove it to me. And show me what you could do. And he did so. He became a voice in that locker room, became a voice in that defense. There's a video out there trending right now for the Detroit Lions, posted by them and on their mic'd up sessions where like he's the one gathering the team. He's giving you that Brian, I can't think of his last name right now.
Brian Urlacher?
No, Brian Westbrook.
Dawkins,
thank you. He's giving those type speeches. You know what I'm saying? Give you the chills.
Yeah.
Talking to the football, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So Isaiah Buggs, he did bring that for you. So, worth the $6 million. More than I thought he was going to get. But, again, if it's Brad Holmes making the decision, then I got to be cool with it. Now, to another position in need, another sign for the Detroit Lions, one that I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Alex Anzalone, 3 years, 18.7. Granted, he's only 28.
Only 28.
He's not.
He had a fantastic year last year.
He did have a great year last year.
Had a great year last year.
Did.
That's the report right there from Ian Rappaport. Lions bring back Anzalone, 3 years, $18.75 million. So it's another proving that
3 years commitment.
You give him those prove it deals. That's what Brad Holmes does. He gives the prove it deals. Alex Anzalone proved it last year. Alex Anzalone proved he could be a good player, good linebacker on this team. He proved it. They rewarded him with an extension and some more compensation. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I personally, you guys know how I felt about Tremaine Edmunds. I like Bobby Wagner a lot. I like Azeez Al-Sayyer from the 49ers a lot. But Alex Anzalone had the green dot on for a lot of last year. He had a great year, and they brought him back because, again, this is a guy everybody talks about. Everybody speaks highly of him in the organization, what he does for the team, what he does on and off the field, in the locker room, different things like that. 18.75 over 3 years. You're basically paying Anzalone for 3 years what the Bears paid Tremaine Edmunds for 1 year. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, and that 18, again, if we're just doing like basic math, it breaks down to 6.25 a year. The thing with me was like the commitment of it, the 3 years. And maybe it's something he earned based off last year's performance. But again, that was his career year. That was on a contract year. I don't know if he's going to give that to you year in, year out. But again, only 28 years old. Maybe it's something he can do. He has been brought up within this New Orleans Saints type defense, the one that AG brought over with him from New Orleans when he became the defense coordinator of Detroit Lions. This is one that I look at, and again, it's the commitment of it, that the 3 years of it. That makes you question, does this affect what they're doing in the draft now a little bit?
I think this means they're going to go linebacker.
You think this means they're going to go
Yes.
linebacker? I think this leans like, I mean, I still think obviously it's a possibility. Like if the one's on the board for sure. I think this slightly leans towards like
second round.
They're still probably grabbing one for sure.
Second round.
But yeah, I feel like less. I mean, 3 years. I mean, that you're kind of stapling him as like the guy.
For 3 years. It's not like it's a 5 or 6 year deal, and we don't know about the contract workaround yet.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if the last year of that deal was very incentive heavy.
Yeah.
I think this, rather than signing a huge deal to a guy like Tremaine Edmunds or bringing in a Bobby Wagner for 1 or 2 years, I think this is right in that sweet spot. And this is, I believe they're going to go linebacker in the second round, though.
Yeah.
Because it's deep there.
I
We've
feel
been
like that's
doing
where
these
they're
mock
headed towards
drafts for
anyway.
months. It's pretty damn deep with linebackers in that second round. You got Jack Campbell. You got different guys like that.
Yeah.
I like Deion Henley a lot.
But have we ever taken a linebacker in the first round with doing these mock drafts?
No.
They've always been second round guys.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if anything, this may push that back. But like you said, to make it more comfortable for me, it is it is a deep draft class for linebackers. I think both linebackers and cornerbacks, especially within those first 3 rounds. I guess $6 million really ain't that much. Maybe I'd like to bitch about it, but
it's not. It's
really not
for a starting guy. For a guy who had over 120 tackles, it's not that much.
Actually, can you do me a favor, JB? Will you pull up Tremaine Edmunds' stats from last year? And I know we did this before, but I'm not a freaking computer, so I don't remember exactly what they were. And I'll pull up Alex Anzalone's or Spinney if you want to do it.
I got Tremaine's stats right here.
You got Tremaine's stats right there?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do, how many tackles did Tremaine have last year?
102.
102. I'm looking at, you doing combined?
Yeah.
125 for Alex Anzalone.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Let's do, because you're Tremaine, we wanted him for his passing prowess, his coverage. How many pass deflections did Tremaine have last year?
7.
Alex Anzalone? 6. All right. Looking a lot better. How about interceptions? How many interceptions did Tremaine have last year?
1.
Alex Anzalone? 1.
1.
He had 1 interception. That's a value.
It's a value for sure.
That's a bang for your buck.
It's a value for sure.
Because my man Tremaine got what? 80 mil? What was it? A 50 guaranteed for sure. Alex Anzalone.
I don't hate it. Like I said, I don't love it. I don't hate it though. It's a fine deal. Anzalone's a fine linebacker. I know T-Foss is going to be geeked. There were 2 people that he wanted to keep in this entire team.
You like that pretty long blonde
hair? And it was Isaiah Buggs, that big ass in the middle, and a white dude with long hair that plays defense. And you got both of them. That's what T-Foss says.
Exactly.
So every defense, you need a white dude with long blonde hair, and you need a dude with a big ass in the middle. And the Lions got both of them in Buggs and Anzalone. So I'm cool with it, man. I'm not hating on it. Anzalone had a great year last year. Hopefully he can continue that kind of production.
That's fair. For the people who are still upset over it, Spinney, where can they go?
They can go to SMA or the Sports Marketing Agency, because the Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. So if you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com and get the help you deserve.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry, Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spinball Rex. We are the Woodward Heavyweights at Speakeasy Sports _ my Twitter handle. His is at Spinball Rex. Young Chris in the TD booth. JB's booth. That's Real Chris Pilati. JB up next. And in case you guys missed it, all right, in case your annoying girlfriend was talking to you, or in case you walked away from your phone, or you just joined the show, we were discussing Alex Anzalone re-signed with the Detroit Lions, 3 years, $18.75 million. And we kind of compared it though to Tremaine Edmunds, a highly coveted linebacker in this offseason, and the numbers.
And we had an interview with Joey Harrington.
And we did have an interview with Joey Harrington. You were on with that one.
You can go back and watch that
for sure
on the podcast whenever you want, wherever you find a podcast.
For sure.
Leave a 5-star review. Apple Podcast, Spreaker, Spotify.
For sure.
Subscribe. Leave a 5-star review.
But listen, again, back to the point. Alex Anzalone's numbers: 6.25 a year. Compared to Tremaine Edmunds, 18 a year. By the numbers, last year. By the numbers. On par with each other. So initially looking at that deal, you're looking at it like, he's white. But by the numbers, he's nice.
He's nice.
He's nice.
He had a great year. He put on the green dot when Tracy Walker went down.
Graded.
He led the defense.
Graded.
The
re-signing Alex Anzalone.
A B.
I might go A. I might go one more time, but I know you got the numbers still up.
All right.
Tremaine Edmunds.
Yes.
How many tackles last year?
102.
Alex Anzalone, 125.
Yeah, that's better.
Tremaine Edmunds, pass deflections last year.
7.
Alex Anzalone, 6.
Yes, that's better.
Tremaine Edmunds, interceptions.
1.
Alex Anzalone, 1.
The only thing for me is Tremaine Edmunds
Same.
is 6'5", and he's 24 years old.
Okay. Any fumbles on Tremaine Edmunds? Any forced fumbles?
Forced fumbles? Spin wheel of death.
Sorry. I'll tell you, Alex Anzalone's was 0, but he did have 1 fumble recovery.
He had 0 forced fumbles. He had 1 sack.
Dude, you're paying
6 tackles for loss.
It's an A. How's it not an A? One guy's getting paid 18. The other guy's getting paid
18 in 3
6.
years. You're paying Alex Anzalone. His 3-year contract is what Tremaine Edmunds makes in 1 year.
Yeah. And can I be honest with you guys, too? I've said this many times on the show. We have a lot more viewers today because of Free Agent Frenzy. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. But I've always kind of said I feel like the effectiveness of a linebacker in a defense is like, it's kind of dwindling down.
Yeah, you don't like linebackers.
It's not that I don't like linebackers.
You don't.
It's just that how much they matter to the game. I feel like it's pass happy league. Right? Mm-hmm. The gambling's legal now. You have all those prop bets on your wide receivers. You have the fantasy football stuff too. You can't touch the guys anymore. Pause. But the linebackers, like they're less effective into the game. You look at the top linebackers. Fred Warner, yeah, that's a complete defense. So I'd say
Fred Warner's a freak. We've talked about Roquan Smith, Bobby Wagner. Those are the top 3 linebackers in the NFL.
Bobby Wagner, part of a losing team. Roquan Smith was with the Bears beforehand. They've been losing. Like the linebacker position's not as premium as it used to be. The league's changing, and you have to be a lot more versatile. You have to be better in coverage than you are the Brian Urlachers, the freaking
Tremaine
what do you call those
Edmunds
things?
is great in coverage.
He is great in coverage, but Alex Anzalone, by the numbers, was pretty close too. Mm-hmm. Was pretty close too. Now you said you still think Detroit Lions grab a linebacker in that second round.
I do.
I'm with you. I don't have beef with that one. JB, you actually had a little bit of beef with this contract initially, but after talking it out a little bit, do you feel a little less racist about it? I'm just kidding. Do you like it better now?
No, yeah. After, by the numbers, looking at the numbers and comparing them both to Edmunds, yeah, you can kind of see, like, all right, I don't feel as bad about the signing anymore. But still, I mean, I would have liked Tremaine Edmunds, but I will settle for this.
That's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it is a lot of money, but I will settle for Anzalone as, a runner-up prize. And it's not technically a runner-up prize because you're still getting better quality out of the guy.
Again, like you said, too. I mean, dollar for dollar, you are.
Yeah.
By the numbers.
Relax.
No,
Relax.
dollar for dollar, you
Relax.
are.
Relax.
What do you mean? You're like... Sorry to, I'm not even going to do this, not to disrespect our guy Joey who came on. Shout out to Joey Harrington for joining us at the beginning of the show. Make sure you guys rewind. I was going to say, like, if I could buy a shoe, though, it's just as effective as an expensive shoe. But the expensive shoe does look nice, so I get expensive shoe, 6'4", has, 33-inch arms. I get it.
24 years old.
I get it. It's newer, all that stuff like that. But sometimes a good boot does you well in the rain. That's all I'm saying. And Maz would say, that's an old man expression.
Yeah.
Fits like an old shoe.
Fits like a glove.
Yeah, that too. All right. Back to, I guess, another former Detroit Lion or current Detroit Lion, however you want to look at it. Guy in limbo. Jamal Williams.
Jamal.
Is discussed to be having conversations with other teams before making a commitment to the Detroit Lions, which I think it's what you should be doing. I don't think anybody should be alarmed by that. You should be doing your due diligence on your value, your worth, so you can maximize on that and then return to the Detroit Lions. But I got to ask you, because I know that was number one on your list for the Detroit Lions, is bringing him back. Are you nervous?
No, I'm not. I'm not nervous. Whoa.
What?
Nothing.
Someone send you a nude?
You could say that. I Googled Jamal, or I put Jamal Williams on Twitter to see any updates, and there's a video. I'm going to send it to you. But it's,
what?
It's a video of a young lady at the Rams game doing something. But this guy has been he went on First Take saying, we run the North. We as in the Detroit Lions, saying it comes through us. I'm not worried about it. Like you said, he's doing his due diligence. He's going out there, seeing what he can get. But he wants to be in Detroit. He's expressed it multiple different times. He wants to be in Detroit. Detroit wants him. It's only a matter of time before this gets done, in my opinion.
I searched Jamal Williams on Twitter too.
Did you see the video?
Yeah. The heavies. Shawty got the heavies. Yeah, I'm searching on the latest to see because what teams. And I apologize for not remembering.
I heard the Jets.
Head. Okay, the Jets were one.
Buffalo
was one.
Yeah. So the guy led the league in touchdowns last year. He went over 1,000 yards. He's gonna have people who want him to play for their team. But I think he likes it in Detroit. He wants to stay in Detroit. QT says it in the Woodward Sports chat. Jamal is replaceable. I like him, but I wouldn't overpay him. I agree.
Mutual interest between the Bills and Jamal Williams, by the way. But I do think Jamal's kind of expressed like his comfortability with Detroit and how he's accepted, not only by the fan base, but the players and coaching staff too, because let's be real about it. He's a different cat, different dude.
And he likes anime. That's why I want him. Come on, bro.
You're acting like the Rams lady now.
Yeah.
But I think he's expressed that though. He's comfortable with like how everyone's embraced him and who he is as a human here.
Yes.
Like, genuinely, and that's what not just Jamal Williams, but a lot of people expressed about Dan Campbell and this regime just in general. Like there's at one point where the linebackers coach Calvin Shepard was going to cut his hair. Just because he felt like he needed to look the part to be an NFL head coach and cover his tattoos, and Dan Campbell said, "No, we want Shep. You know, we hired you for you." But I think that's a part of it. Jamal Williams just seemed like that because let's be real about it, like some dudes like that. It could be seen as being cringy.
Yes.
I was trying to think of another way to express that, and it may be a turn off for some people. Yeah, but like initially when you first meet somebody like that, like it took you a while to warm up to Chris. You know, but Chris meant well. Just like you said, though, like with Jamal, it's all genuine. But it was the same for Chris. Go ahead, put the camera on you, Chris. But he was genuine.
I love Chris.
No, for sure. Yeah, but it took you a while to warm up, right? And then maybe that's something that like Jamal is hesitant about having that experience with. He didn't
cringe me more than other people. You remember who cringed me the most?
Nope.
The video that got sent in, I was like, this is the cringiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know.
All right, we'll say it. I'll tell you after the break.
Oh. Eazy, remember that cringy girl that I told you about?
Yeah.
Yeah. It don't get cringier than that.
The Eagles lost another player.
Still got a fat ass, though.
Marcus Epps, 2 years, $12 million to the Raiders.
What'd you say?
Marcus Epps, 2 years, $12 million to the Raiders. The Eagles are losing everybody, man. They're falling apart.
Javon Hargrove. They lost T.J. Edwards.
T.J. Edwards. They're probably going to lose C.J.
Kelsey came back.
They're probably going to lose Darius Slay. They lost Bradbury. Probably going to lose Bradbury.
So maybe forget all that stuff I said about trading for the Commanders pick for next year's draft because the Eagles ain't looking too hot. I'm actually excited to see, I guess it's more so the defense. They lost their defensive coordinator, lost their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders a free agent as well. I am curious about that one.
The Eagles are falling apart right now.
Can I have a hot take? Can I do this right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Eagles draft Bijan Robinson.
Oh yeah, they're losing Miles Sanders too. More than
That's what I'm saying. The strength they still have is that offensive line. If you drafted Bijan Robinson, it gives you the short game for Jalen Hurts, who there still may be questions.
They got to replace some of these defenders, though.
I know.
They're losing their whole secondary.
And
their entire secondary is going to be gone.
Yeah.
They might. I wouldn't be surprised if they re-signed Bradbury. But you're losing. Slay is getting shopped. CJ DJ open market probably gone. Epps just signed with the Raiders. Wow.
Bills, Jets, and Bengals were the reported teams for Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
I guess the one scary part in that is the rings.
Yeah, those are all Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, those are teams that are closer. The Jets, arguably, whatever. We'll see what happens. They get Aaron Rodgers. Even then, that's a tough. AFC is tough to make it out of.
They're
right now.
a Super Bowl contender if they get Aaron Rodgers, 1,000%.
All right, with the because somebody mentioned this earlier in the Woodward Sports chat.
They're the best defense in the league, and Garrett Wilson, and Breece Hall, and our guy Tyler Conklin,
yeah,
they got a squad. If they get Aaron Rodgers, they're a Super Bowl contender for sure.
Garrett Wilson's a dog.
Garrett Wilson is a dog.
And if I'm not mistaken, they still have all their picks from this year's. Well,
they're
going to
have to trade some for.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I guess in the absence of Jamal Williams, there's a couple names in the market, and I want to know if you're interested in them. I want to know if the Woodward Sports chat is interested in them, and because they're kind of wild. Yeah, guys replace Jamal Williams.
Okay. Well, tell us about Alta first.
All right. At Alta,
uptime
matters. All right, they get the rebuild done quicker, and that's why you guys should them up. If you have any big project coming up, Alta Rinse got you covered. Make sure you guys give them a call, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Alta Equipment Wear.
Uptime.
Matters. We'll be right back. So Woodward Heavyweights talking about replacements for Jamal Williams if he decides to leave us, man.
Hey. You see me enjoying this recliner? A lazy boy recliner, that is? Oh, man. We are trying to hook you up with a couple of these for your home. Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge. And also, maybe $1,000 too. Sound bad, right? Got couch like this, some chips, $1,000, couple lazy boys, huh? Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge, man. Join us today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinmo Rex.
What up, though?
We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We
Yes,
are
we
live
are.
Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Make sure you guys tap in with us. If you listen to us on any audio platforms, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, make sure you guys leave us a 5-star review. Young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. Before we went to break, we were kind of discussing if Jamal, decides
Swag Daddy
leaves us and he heads to the Bills, Jets, or Bengals. What are some possible replacements? We obviously discussed Bijan in the draft. But I want to talk about the not necessarily even the free agency market. A couple names that be rumored on the trade block. And I'll start with the most recent one because this one is my personal favorite. All right, fellow light skin, a fantasy god, Austin Eckler has been granted permission to speak with other teams after he couldn't come to agreement with the Chargers on an extension. Is that a name? Again, in the absence of Jamal. Is that a name you want the Detroit Lions to flirt with? Like, remember the value of running backs, too. Like, I don't think you're giving up much to get him. I mean, obviously, the conversation then becomes
you got to
re-sign
him. And I do think you're still going to give up a decent pick. Nothing too crazy.
And
but
you're a big fantasy guy.
Yeah.
You know he's one of those guys that stays healthy.
He was second in touchdowns last year.
He's nasty.
He is great. He's a great player.
In the passing game, the running game. I mean, everything.
He is a great player. I think. No, I don't think it's realistic.
Okay.
Because you'd have to re-sign him to a serious contract. A real serious contract.
JB, can we get some numbers pulled up on Austin Eckler as well? And then let me ask you then, Chris. I know this is your first year participating in fantasy. I don't know if you're familiar with Eckler, and he's a dog. Is that a name that interests you?
It's a name I've heard, so if I've heard it, then they're probably pretty decent. So, yeah.
JB Smooth.
I think there's a couple guys on the free agent market that you could get for very cheap that would do a pretty good job as well.
All right, you know who was a running back that I really liked was the guy for Cincinnati that got real hot last year.
The one who shot up 2 kids at his house last week? Joe Mixon?
No, not him.
Samaje
Definitely not
Perine?
him.
Oh, no,
it had to be somebody else.
Good
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah.
All right, Derrick Henry. I'm going big names here, baby, because they're on the market right now. They're readily available.
They are being shopped.
Derrick Henry.
It's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money. There's a lot of man too. Pause.
That's a lot of man.
That's a lot of man. We got the offensive line for it.
Hey, yo!
We got a quarterback who works best in play action. Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry would be scary, but again, I don't think they'll do that. I can't see them doing that.
If you were GM, Spinmo Rex, Spencer Morgan Raxter.
Yes.
Are you signing my man?
Derrick Henry?
Or are you making the move? Yeah.
No.
Or Eckler. And or just for fun, you've given the choice between the two.
If I'm given the choice between the two, I'm taking Derrick Henry. But I'm not doing a move for either of them. No.
Chris, you were checking your armpit again?
Yeah. When it comes to the Cam Sutton, thinking about it though, I don't think anybody thought that the Lions were going to get a cornerback that cheap, especially of that quality. I mean, even correct me if I'm wrong, a first-round pick gets more than that first-round cornerback. Like if you were to draft Gonzalez at 6, he would make more than Sutton makes this year. So does that, in your guys' mind, open up the possibility of making that big move? Because we've heard Brad Holmes say it coming into the offseason. They weren't they weren't a big move away. They weren't going to do it unless they were confident they were there. Does something like this, getting somebody so quality at such a good low market value, does that increase the chances or no? Is that just what they're doing this year?
I think it's just what they're doing this year. And I'm looking at this free agent list of running backs, and there's a couple guys that stand out to me that I think could fill a similar role to what Jamal Williams brought to the team.
Let's hear him.
One guy in Dante Foreman.
Ooh,
we saw what he did against the Detroit Lions for Carolina Panthers was pretty bad. Another guy, Ronald Jones II. He's gone. He's out of Tampa. He's out of KC. They're gone. That is another guy you could put back there. Another guy I really like, Dearness Johnson from the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, Cleveland had a great offensive line, so any running back would go in there and would be great. But he's shown that he can do it, and we have a pretty damn good offensive line too. And finally, a guy that Lions fans are familiar with, Alexander Mattison. Big back from the Vikings. He could be a guy that could fill that role. For me, I don't think you're going after Lions fan. You're going after a big name running back in a trade or anything like that, because I do think Jamal Williams is the answer. I do think Jamal Williams is going to be back with the Detroit Lions, but there are other guys in free agency that are cheap, that are going to be very like those. Like I like Dearness Johnson a lot. I like Dante Foreman a lot, and I like Alexander Mattison
a lot.
So I think those guys could fill that role.
I like Dante Foreman a lot. If I had my pick of the litter in those names, I mean that's honestly that's probably the route I'd go.
Chris, I believe Austin Eckler is cheap though too. By the way.
Well, yeah, but he wants to sign a
he wants a
extension.
longer term deal. But yeah, he is the cheaper of the two if you're choosing between him and Derrick Henry.
What were his numbers like for games played the past like 3 years?
Eckler?
Yeah.
What do you want? Yards, touchdowns?
Just like how many games he played. I want to know like his how much tread we got in the tires with if we were to make a move for Austin Eckler. Like
2022 we played 17 games.
Okay.
2021 was 16. 2020 was 10. And then after that it gets a little dicey.
Yeah, I mean, then they maybe in like his younger years too, where he just wasn't getting like the
he wasn't getting
PT.
touches. Yeah,
I feel like he's fairly healthy, reliable. I mean, that's one thing you dislike about DeAndre Swift, or I don't want to say necessarily dislike, but one thing you'd pinpoint to as a negative with DeAndre Swift is like the amount of games missed. With Eckler, I mean, you're getting that, but I think in terms of value, like an Alex Anzalone type deal. When you mentioned Devontae Foreman, I mean that sounds like a brilliant move. I don't know how he is in the passing game, but Jamal wasn't great in the passing game. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he had I think the biggest drops of the year we think of, be a lot of them from Jamal. And another one I could think of was Jason Kapenda. But like Devontae Foreman, I think he could fulfill, no disrespect to Swag Daddy, but I think he'd fill that role nicely.
I agree. I like Mattison a lot.
Mattison. Yep, he's another guy. I think you get the best of both worlds there. He can run the ball and he can catch it out of the backfield. Yeah. Little
David Montgomery too.
Oh, that's a name I really like.
David Montgomery's a good player.
I love David Montgomery. I think given like the right situation, he could be a monster. And I believe that Detroit provides that right situation. I guess what it comes down to though is like,
what's he looking for?
What are they looking for? And are the Detroit Lions bringing back Jamal Williams?
Yes.
Because I don't know if they're going to want to spend that much money in the running back room, especially given today's, they're usually stables of running backs. It's not, every down back. The Derrick Henrys, they're rare. The Austin
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're looking for that every down back. They're looking for guys that can plug in, fill a role. I don't care about that pen. Yeah, they're looking for guys that can do something like that. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right. I ain't mad at it. Bijan, do you think he really leaves, Jamal?
Jamal, no. I think Jamal's going to be back.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think he's just going.
I think he's just doing what he's not worried about it. He knows the deal's going to get done. He's letting some. If I was on the free agent market, hey Jamal, this is the New York Jets, we're going to fly into New York, take you out to Ruth's Chris, and have a good time. I'll bet. Yeah, I'll be there.
Just go for the
Hey,
for the
Brad,
time.
I'm going to take some dinner with the Jets. I'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry.
You just flying to New York for Ruth Chris
that's
for the
what
fuck
I'm
of it?
saying.
We got Ruth Chris here in Troy.
I'm going to let these guys wine and dine me. You know, why not?
You're a slut.
Hey. Slut for a steak. Don't get me wrong.
Flying to New York for a fucking steak. I want to hear Ruth Chris.
It's a free flight. I'm eating something on the flight. Fly me first class for sure. Probably private.
I'm making them come here.
Hell no.
Hell no.
I'm
Vacation.
going to New York for a weekend. Yeah, what?
What the fuck is there to do in New York?
I don't know. Walk around, see crazy people. I go to MSG.
You go downtown Detroit for all that.
That's true, but
prime and proper.
But it ain't my money, so why did I care?
Boom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either way,
all expenses paid free.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm getting everything. Give me the 64-ounce Wagyu tomahawk with the truffle butter.
Just not the sign.
Just not the sign.
You like one of them IG thoughts.
Yeah,
That
facts.
fly out and don't
Facts.
smash.
Don't smash.
Don't
smash.
Yo, I paid for Shorty's flight and she ain't fucking the night. What the?
That's what it's about, man.
Most times they don't even got their own crib to stay at, so
Nope.
they're begging to stay the night.
Facts.
Yeah.
Your IG thought.
It's a wild world out there.
Yeah, it's a wild world out there. All right, before we go to break, then, do you want to entertain the John Kaminsky stuff? That is a conversation I'm not a fan of having because it is what I'm more uneasy on than the Jamal Williams situation. I think it's very possible Detroit Lions lose John Kaminsky in this market. Is that?
I do too.
Fuck.
I think it's a very, very realistic possibility.
Oh, I hate to hear it.
I like John Kaminsky.
I like John Kaminsky too.
I think he's a great player. But again, I feel like Josh Pascal is a very comparable player. And if he can stay healthy, he can do a lot of the things that we saw John Kaminsky do well last year. I mean, when Josh Pascal was in, he was playing very well.
How much you willing to? I saw on Twitter it was like $5 million and up. That's like what he's being like valued as. I'm in agreement with that. And that last time we had a conversation about this
Would
last
you give
week.
him 2 years, 10.5?
Yeah. Shoot, I'd give him 2 years. 2 years, 12, if you wanted to. I mean, I really feel like that's a piece that I'd want to bring back. I mean, you look at the production he had last year with a broken hand.
Yeah.
He almost had an interception too last year. I believe someone else has batted it down out of his hands. That's one that again, conversation I'm uneasy on having because I do think that's one that's leaving. Because you look at Isaiah Buggs, John Kaminsky, and even Jamal right away when the season ended, expressed returning to the Detroit Lions. And Isaiah, you got done today. Anzalone was one of those names that expressed returning. He got done today. Jamal, I get. You know what I'm saying? Go take a couple visits, see what your market value is.
Brother.
Get some of that free steaks,
Yeah.
fly out, be an IG thought. John Kaminsky expressed interest and the re-signing didn't happen. Him going to it was like we talked about it. You know, when you and your girl decide to go on a break, he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna talk to a couple other teams." Like,
Yeah.
your girl's out here getting thrashed and smashed,
Yeah.
boy. Like she's getting steak ran through her. Like,
Facts.
I hope that's
Getting
not the
that
case.
Wagyu.
Yeah, that Wagyu. I hope that's not the case with John Kaminsky. 'Cause
Who would you rather have, John Kaminsky or Jamal Williams?
in terms of on-field production, I think I've been like quite open about like wanting John Kaminsky, but I get what Jamal is to the locker room. I get what Jamal is as like just that locker room guy. You're I don't know what word I'm looking. Your muse? That's not it. But the guy that keeps you up when you're down.
Yeah.
You know, he always kept that
Your
positive
muse?
mentality. I don't know. Give me a word to help me out here. You just fucking let me drown here.
I
You're a
don't
piece
know,
of
man.
shit.
I'm just supposed to
Just laughing at me?
Yeah, I'm just supposed to read your thoughts.
I don't know, man.
Make
You're
up
supposed to be a
words for
good
you.
partner. Fucking thought. I
don't
knew
know
you
what
were
you're saying.
You old.
I just wanted free steak. I like Kaminsky though. He can be a great energy guy. You can move him around a lot, and he did have that on-field production that you like to see. So I'd really hope a deal gets done with Kaminsky.
Yeah.
He could be a spark plug.
So, held the good words for yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking can't trust none of you hoes.
I'm just in it for the steak, baby, and it better be filet. If it ain't Wagyu, you don't get to see dude.
Hey, yo. All right, you got to pick one. Gun, you had Jamal or Kaminsky?
Kaminsky.
Chris, gun, you had Jamal or Kaminsky?
Jamal.
All right, is that personal grudge because he didn't give you the interview?
No, I love Jamal.
JB, Jamal.
He did ghost me on the interview though.
He did,
I
he
gave him a
did.
Goku figure.
Jamal or Kamish?
I got to go with Kaminsky.
I'm with the Kamish too. Again, it's crazy to say on field production when Jamal just broke Barry Sanders' record, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. That's a great offensive line.
It is. And maybe you want to get into shape. Maybe you feel you could get a spot on the Detroit Lions if Jamal doesn't come back. Maybe you want that running back position. Go in and get your cardio done at Planet Fitness. Because Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. You get a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month. You want perks? You can get that black card. I've been using the hydro massage after my workouts. It's clutch. I'm telling you, it's clutch. But you got to make sure the water doesn't go too low. I'll leave that for another time. Get that black card if you want the perks. They got everything you can need: hydro massage, unlimited tanning, access to 2,000 locations worldwide. Can't believe you pulled up to the party and forgot the perks.
Perk team.
Get those perks from the black card. You can join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
You're about to be shell-shocked. The catch of the day is in. Big Boy Seafood Fest is officially back. Join us for some of your favorites like our popcorn shrimp and pike perch platters and our classic fish and chips. This year, we've reeled in some fresh catches like our shrimp Alfredo, shrimp stir fry, and our fish sandwich. And especially, don't forget about our all-you-can-eat Friday night fish fry buffet. Every day is a fish fry at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the three biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinmo Rex, aka the IG Thought. We got young Chris on the team, JB Smooth on ones and twos. Girl, he feeding me some Wagyu.
If you ain't Wagyu, you won't see dude. I was just saying.
Hey, yo. I don't want to see dude. During the break, we're kind of like having the discussions with ourselves. There's a lot going on. It really is. Because I think a pertinent piece of this offense to bring back would have been DJ Chark. We have yet to hear anything about him. I searched his name on Twitter briefly. I saw something about the Chargers being interested, or not even like the Chargers being interested, but like what would be a good fit for him. I see the Browns have DJ Chark on his radar too, and a lot of people, I don't want to say ignorantly, but if you listen to like coaches speak, GMs speak, a lot of times they give you the answer. Sometimes with some GMs they give you a lot more, smoke screens and stuff like that, but you'll find the answers when they talk, especially players when they're discussing like what went down during a game. Again, 5-star review on all podcast platforms too. But DJ Chark was a piece that Ben Johnson, the guy we credit for the revival of the offense, that was a name that he spoke about like being like a priority to bring back. And a lot of people who think that Jamison Williams is going to step in and just fill that role for DJ Chark. That's not what Ben Johnson said.
It's not the case.
Ben Johnson wants Jamison Williams in that slot position. And if you, again, looking at Jamison Williams' season, and you're the one that brought it to my attention, made me get goosebumps and freaked out about it. Almost every single time this kid touched the ball or had a possibility of touching the ball, could have went for 6. But the reason why he was in those positions, DJ Chark was on the field with him. How important is he to this Lions offense? And do you think that the radio silence on his name on Twitter and all this madness, does that mean he's coming back? Is that good news or bad
I'm not
news?
sure. I'm not sure. Obviously, you'd like to see something get done. You've heard your offensive coordinator speak highly of him. You saw the relationship that he established with Jared Goff throughout the year, where he started becoming a go-to guy in some high-pressure situations. In some high-leverage throws, he was looking for DJ Chark. So this is a guy it's important to have out there. He is your outside guy. He is your ex-receiver. Big body. You throw him jump balls. You throw him some deep shots. He opens it up a lot for the other receivers to do their thing. And Jameson Williams, yeah, he's a great receiver. We expect a lot from him. He's not going to fill that role of DJ Chark. That is not what Ben Johnson wants out of him in this offense. And I trust Ben Johnson personally that this guy, getting DJ Chark back in Detroit, could be extremely exponential for the offense and the passing attack, obviously, because having those weapons out there, having a DJ Chark that you could put next to an Amon-Ra St. Brown and a Jameson Williams will just make everything so seamlessly. And if he could... everything works so seamlessly. And if he can stay healthy for the entire year, it'll be extremely beneficial for the growth of them as an offense and for the ability of Jameson Williams to get open, because you can't just put a safety over top of Jameson Williams and not worry about it. Because you have another deep threat, you have another big body guy in DJ Chark that can do a lot of similar things. We heard DJ Chark talk about how Ben Johnson opened his route tree. He had never been used like that before since he got to Detroit. And, like, again, the continuity that he formed with Jared Goff at the end of the year is something that could bring the offense out of situations. The throw to end the season went to DJ Chark, and it was completed, and they won that game in Lambeau. The throw that should have been made to beat the Bills went to DJ Chark, and he was wide open, running it, walking into the end zone. So things like that don't just go away. I think it would be an important signing for sure.
You started the show off on a little bit of a negative note. The pit of your stomach was turned inside out by your IG dates. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
But
facts.
I'm sick to my stomach right now, Spinny. I searched DJ Chark into the Twitter, and Adam Schefter popped up. You want to know the name he's flirting with?
Minnesota.
The Minnesota Vikings are expected to make a big push for DJ Chark. And alongside that was, you want to guess the other team? The Bears were also interested.
Dude.
I'd be fucking sick to my stomach. I think out of this room, out of everybody in this room, because initially I feel like you were kind of the, not anti-Chark campaign, but you didn't want to pay him too much. I've always been on the let's pay him. We saw the production out of him when healthy. Like, let's do it. That is a guy that I wanted back on this offense for sure. Again, just per the words of Ben Johnson, the guy who's orchestrating this offense and made it what it is. I'll give Jared Goff some credit too. DJ Chark was a part of that, and he said he wants DJ Chark back to, like, hear not only him leaving, but also to a division rival. I'm sick, bro. I can't lie to you. That makes my stomach hurt bad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I'm not a fan of that news at all. But one thing I will say though is no big receiver deals as we've seen in the past.
No big receiver deals. Yeah, we've talked about how this is a weaker receiver class than what we've seen. DJ Chark is probably the hottest commodity out of this receiver class. So, and yeah, that was a fake Adam Schefter account.
That's what you're seeing in the Woodward Sports chat.
Yeah, there is a word
Ryan
around the
Sperry
league
3.
that the Vikings are heavy push for wide receiver DJ Chark.
Still nothing.
It's Adam is not Schefter is the name of it. So
Ryan Sperry 3 is the one I was looking at, which is still fake.
Yeah.
Still no news. But I will say this though. It being quiet on the, because I don't think a single wide receiver was signed this yet. I think that market's coming down from what I was expecting it to be, just based off what it was the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were getting stupid amounts of money.
I mean, it's there's nobody of that caliber, really.
I mean, look at Christian Kirk, though, got that.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not that caliber.
That's true.
But again, that's Jacksonville just being stupid, maybe. I've read.
It worked out.
In our Woodward Sports chat, Panthers, Browns. This one is from Don Kleeman. It's a verified badge, and this one is real. But the Browns got DJ Chark on his radar too. But oh, man, I thought about this, and this is a dirty thought, and I know it's more than likely not going to happen. But again, in trades, when trades happen, you end up getting players on discount deals. We heard DeAndre Hopkins is possibly going to be on the market, looking for an XY receiver. If DJ Chark doesn't return.
They said they wanted a second-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins.
You think they're getting that? I mean, he's upwards of 30 now.
He's still D-Hop.
That's what they made to get. That's what they traded to get him.
He's still D-Hop.
He is still D-Hop. Dog. By the way, some sorry-ass Chicago Bears fan, after the DJ Moore news, was like, he went on there, he's like, oh, I take this guy over to compare to the Lions. And he put Chase Claypool over DJ Chark. Stupid.
Yeah.
Dumb. I don't even understand. I'm sorry. I just had to express that. That pissed me off. But in the absence of Chark, I mean, I'm going to make a campaign for it. All right, bring D-Hop to D. In the absence of DJ Chark, if we get DJ Chark on a cheaper deal, I'm here for it. But I don't know. What up, Chris?
Could it just be that these wide receivers, because it's a different class, like compared to the last few years, are kind of waiting to see who's the first domino to fall in that field? And teams and agents and the players themselves are probably looking at which one of Chark, Juju, whoever is going to be the first domino to fall there, that might kind of set the market for this whole class.
That's for sure what it is.
And
100%.
I think that's probably why we just haven't gotten anything right away.
It's a weaker class, and based off previous years, or last year, straight up, is like they're getting the bag. But in a weak wide receiver class, those aren't guys you necessarily want to give the bag to. Matter of fact, like a lot of people who aren't the biggest fans of DJ Chark, obviously some people say let him walk. Like, I arguably would say he's the number one guy in this wide receiver class. And whether that's like a knock on him or knock on the class. Yeah. But I still like DJ Chark though. Again, I think you've seen like when healthy, like him and Goff they click. Chase Claypool I believe played every single game this year except for one. DJ Chark only played 11. And still had better stats than him. I'm talking about better yards, more touchdowns, one more reception. Like, I think DJ Chark is actually really nice. But I do agree the radio silence is probably because nobody wants to give this crop of wide receivers $20 million a year.
Yeah, not a chance.
Yeah,
not a chance.
Even DJ Chark with talent, like he might be there for $20 million a year, but you have the health issues.
I'm not giving him $20 million
one can make
a
the
year.
argument for health issues.
I'm not giving him $15 million a year.
I'd give him $15 million a year. Per year, I'm sure in an actual contract breakdown similar to Cam Sutton's, where year one, I'm not gonna say $1 million, but something light,
Yeah.
I just if there's really a window, then he likes to talk about, do it. Shia LaBeouf voice. Do it.
Do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams.
That's a lot of money for DJ Chark, man.
Is not though. Mike Bell in the Woodward Sports chat says over Jacoby Myers. Hell yes, over Jacoby Myers. DJ Chark's a 6'4" guy running a 4.3. Jacoby Myers ain't that. Jacoby Myers has every opportunity to be wide receiver 1 over there in New England, and he ain't done dick with it. And I get yes, Mac Jones, but Bill Belichick can make a Mac Jones work the same way we seen Ben Johnson making a Jared Goff work. That's no excuse for me. Jacoby Myers just isn't him at this point in his career. I think he's had every opportunity to prove so and to be that. And he just hasn't.
David Long to the Dolphins, 2 years, $11 million.
Damn, Dolphins are really going all in.
2 years, $11 million though. That's cheap.
That is cheap. That's the linebacker, David Long, right, from the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, 2 years, $11 million.
Yeah, you still feel
What the
good
fuck?
about
We
that
could have got him
Anzalone
for
contract?
that.
Yeah.
No. Maybe he just didn't want to be here. Maybe he wanted to stay warm. Again, I can't. Here's the other part too. I can't blame anybody that goes to Miami. It's fucking Miami.
It's great.
Like, what do you mean? Like
great.
there's no state tax. It's Latina booties everywhere you go. Like I come on now. Like, can you blame a young man getting $1 million deal?
It's a Latino, huh?
I did. But you're also flying out for steaks.
I'll fly out for a steak.
You flying out for meat.
Steak.
Hey, yo! I can't blame any young man getting $1 million deal for going to Miami. I really can't.
No.
Let's be real. When Dominic went to Miami, I was like, all right, well,
2 years, $11 million though. That's cheap. That's cheap.
That's no state tax in that $11 million.
Tell us about Swiss.
I'll tell you guys about Swiss, all right? Because if you're not signing that type of deal, you need to be insured. All right, and why not be insured with our guy Mark, my guy Mark? I tried mixing both those words and didn't work out. But what will work out is Mark at Swiss Insurance. Make sure you hit up Mark at SwissINS.com. That's his email address. That's Mark with Swiss Insurance Group. Again, that's Mark at SwissINS.com. So, Heavyweights, we'll be right back.
Braylon Edwards here, Michigan Wolverine. Your favorite Wolverine, by the way. I'm here at Gardner White, the only local Michigan furniture store. You got to come check them out. Lazy Boy, that's my section. They were nice. Perfect timing for that WoodwardSports.com bracket challenge. A couple of these. Ooh, how good are you? Do you think your bracket's gonna be the best? Well, if you think you got the best bracket in Detroit, go to WoodwardSports.com and sign up for the bracket challenge now. Because you know what you can get? $1,000 cash and a couple of these chairs for the crib. WoodwardSports.com. Sign up for the bracket challenge.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play and private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. Joining my guy, Spin Mo Rex. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We are live from 5 to 7, Monday through Friday, only here on WoodwardSports.com and YouTube. We're also available on audio platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere else you guys listen to your podcast. If you find yourself listening to us on those audio platforms, please make sure to leave us a 5-star review. We are doing the Gardner White Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge. Make sure you guys head over to WoodwardSports.com and sign up for that one, too.
Free entry.
$1,000. For the free ski.
$1,000 and 2 lazy boys.
And 2 lazy boys.
If you win.
Be real with me, Spinny. Are you keeping the lazy boys or selling them? I'm keeping one, selling the other.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yo, Chris in the TD booth. JB Smooth, the 1s and 2s. Mike Bell, the Woodward Sports chat. He's trying to make the push for Jacoby Myers. I think that's a guy that you like, too, if I'm not mistaken.
I like Jacoby Myers, yeah.
Again, DJ Chark, I'm looking at like a true like X. A guy that's he could take you deep. He's also a red zone threat, being at 6'4". He runs a 4.3. Jacoby Myers, I think when we looked it up last week, was like a 4.6. He ran the 40. Like it's just not the same caliber player in my opinion. That's just my take on it. Can he be? Like if I'm grabbing him, it's just like a Chase Claypool type where he's like a red zone piece. Where I just feel like DJ Chark offers you more. You can, again, take the ball deep and be a red zone piece. Like DJ Chark is just more versatile as a wide receiver. I think. Per my rankings, and rankings can be shit. We shit on rankings, it seems like almost every other week. But my rankings, DJ Chark would be number 1 in this wide receiver class for me.
Yeah, he's 6'2", 210 pounds, ran a 4.6.
So shorter, slower. Give me DJ Chark.
37-inch vertical.
I'm sorry. Give me DJ Chark over him 7 days out of the week.
Yeah, I would take DJ Chark over him as well.
I do want to take a break from the free agency a little bit to talk draft. That's cool with you?
Yeah.
Just because there was that big trade. Obviously, the Panthers moving up to number 1 overall and swap with the Carolina Panthers number 9. And do we still have that 33rd team graphic, Chris? If not, it's not a big deal. What did you say?
The Bears editions?
It was like a 33rd team mock draft that we had from Friday. If we don't have it, it's not a big deal. But in that draft, in the mock draft, they still had the Bears grabbing Jalen Carter at number 9.
Yeah, that hurts.
And I feel like obviously interior defensive lineman, I'd say is still a need for like the long term. I know they re-signed Isaiah Buggs, but
yeah, I got it right here. It's C.J. Stroud 1, Bryce Young 2, Richardson 3, Will Anderson 4, Tyree Wilson 5, then Christian Gonzalez at 6 to the Lions. Will Levis at 7.
Who's 9 for the Bears?
Jalen Carter.
I feel like the Detroit Lions like have to take Carter, not just for like a beneficial to your team, but also you're blocking your interdivision rival.
Yes.
From grabbing that player as well. Like I'm saying, like it's a twofer in my opinion, because that was their target in this draft class either way. At least that's what it seems like. It's either Jalen Carter or Will Anderson. I gotta assume. The only guy that's going to make it there between the two at 9 would be Jalen Carter.
I'm taking Jalen. If the Lions pass on Jalen Carter, I'll be upset.
I'm saying at this point, especially with the Bears in there, not like they have to take him.
Yes.
I don't think it's like a question about it. And I like Christian Gonzalez. Like I've been, we're both open to taking a cornerback at 6. Gonzalez is the preferred option, but even if it was Witherspoon, I'm cool with that too. But now with the Bears targeting Carter and capable of getting him at 6 or at 9, Lions have to take him. Like there's no like question about it, even beyond like just the talent himself. You had to take Jalen Carter. You're going to see him twice a year on top of freaking Tremaine Edmunds in there now, TJ Edwards. I'm sure they're not done signing players as well. Like the Bears, they're bolstering up.
Yeah, they're getting players.
They're getting players.
And if you get a guy like Jalen Carter that you can put in front of those linebackers, that would be ugly. That would not be good.
Like if you only want to pay $6 million to your linebacking core and you want to maximize like their like on-field talent, whatever word you're looking for, draft Jalen Carter. If you want to not get, I'm trying to use like appropriate words here. If you want to get fucked, I'm just gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
If you want to get fucked by the Bears twice a year, you gotta draft Jalen Carter.
Yes.
Like it works both ways here. You're one blocking them from making the move, and then obviously adding to your defense as well. I mean, this is a guy that was presumed to be, again, if the Bears didn't trade out, the #1 overall pick. The only reason why he's falling right now is because of the character questions, because of misdemeanors, not felonies. He's not being charged with any like deaths or anything like that. Misdemeanors. Draft Jalen Carter at 6. Yes. You have to draft Jalen Carter at 6. It's not even a discussion.
No, not a discussion. He is a top 3 prospect in this draft. He is a guy who could be a game changer, could help so much on your defense, not only your linebackers, but help an Aiden Hutchinson produce more, help a James Houston produce more, help an Ali McNeil produce more. I think it's a no-brainer if he's there at 6. You got to run up to the podium like you do with Aiden Hutchinson and draft him, because he can be that game-changing defensive player that you love to have.
A full fucking sprint. A full sprint. I'm looking at Woodward Sports Chat, too. There's a couple of comments. Obviously, a lot of people like Will Anderson, which, by the way, I'm so confused by, like, I don't want to say, like, his, well, no, I guess it is a drop, but, like, even, like, the lack of excitement about this kid and what he's going to bring. Like, heading into this year's draft class, like, he was him. Heading into last year's draft class, he was him. We're being told he would have been, like, #1 overall if he was in last year's pick. Why? I get the quarterback situations. Why is he being talked about?
He didn't have as good of a year as he did a couple years ago. But, I mean, he's still a dog.
JB, can you look up Will Anderson's stats this past year? I am curious. Like, how bad? Because, by the way, too, like, defenses are obviously paying more attention to him this year, too, I got to assume, too, right? Like, we saw Aiden Hutchinson against the Georgia Bulldogs. He was rendered ineffective, but he's still #2 overall, clearly produced in the league. Why isn't Will Anderson being, like, coveted the same hype? I don't... Is this because the sexier story
is? Quarterbacks, it's the need for quarterbacks at the top of the draft.
I mean, even when he was being or Jalen Carter was being discussed over Will Anderson, I thought that was like blasphemous too.
I don't know. Jalen Carter's a freak, dude.
Will Anderson's a freak.
Yeah.
Like the freakiest of freaks. You like Aiden, right?
Yes.
Like he was gonna go over him.
Yeah.
Like he's. I will say this though. Rick Spielman did bring this up on one of his podcasts, and he mentioned that like. He actually said the same exact thing. Is like Will Anderson is like the better prospect, you'd say, but it's just harder to find a Jalen Carter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you would just take that based off like the uniqueness.
There's a lot of edge rushers. I mean, Will Anderson looks like the cream of the crop, and he put up some ridiculous sack and pressure numbers at Alabama in his career. But you're right; it's hard to find an interior defensive lineman like that can affect the game in so many different ways. That can be a successful pass rusher on the interior is ridiculously hard to find.
I got those numbers for you, by the way. It just depends on what you're looking for.
All right, give me sacks, because that's like when you look at edge rusher, that's what you want to hear, right?
Sacks in his junior year, he had 10. His sophomore year, he had 17.
So it's still 10 sacks for Anderson.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Maybe it's because Carter's been like the sexiest story and everything going on. But come on. You think he makes it to 6?
No. Cardinals are taking him at 3.
The Cardinals talking about trading out.
Yeah, well.
I think the Raiders are... Well, actually, the Raiders just signed Jimmy G.
He's not getting past the Seahawks if he's there, I'll tell you that.
Will Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a chance.
Yeah, you're right. Hat and Beard Woodward Sports Chat says everyone off Cansey now. I got to be honest with you guys. As a top 10 pick, never was on him.
Yeah, not a chance.
Never was on him.
Not in the top 10. No, 18. If you didn't get Jalen Carter,
yeah,
I'd be cool with it.
Like please, dear God, take Jalen Carter.
Yes.
Not even just for having Jalen Carter, just so the fucking Bears don't have him either. Chris, you're smelling your armpit?
Yeah. Would you rather, as a Lions fan, would you rather a team like Arizona trade back?
Wagyu.
Buy you Wagyu first, of course. That's standard. First class, too. Nothing less.
Yes.
Champagne, too. Would you rather the Arizona Cardinals trade that third pick for another team that's wanting to get a QB, and then you're guaranteed either Anderson or Carter because they would both be available at 5, and at that point you're guaranteeing yourself one of them? Or would you rather have one of those quarterbacks at 6, trade back and get the extra draft capital? Because we started this draft process wanting to trade back from
I'd
6.
rather for sure be able to get Carter or Anderson.
What was
Would you rather have Cardinals trade back?
Mm-hmm.
So Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, you're going to get one of them.
Yeah,
like
or trade back your pick.
First one.
I'd rather
get
one of those defensive game wreckers.
This is and like this stuff gets proven wrong. Like last year was supposed to be like a weak draft class. They're saying the same about this year, but like obviously last year you had Tariq Woolen coming out of that class. Our guy out of Michigan State. Like, there's a lot of studs that still came out of like last year's draft class, and it was deemed weak. That this class can be the same, but Will Anderson and Jalen, they're like the surefire hits, like no question about it. But where do you get your haircut, Spinny? Before you go on those flyouts.
Lady Jane's, obviously, because you can come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience. Register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment on your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, no appointment necessary, because at Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. Make sure you're watching WoodwardSports.com for our new show, Chompin' Puck.
He shoots! He scores!
With 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and Michael Gentry. Chompin' Puck is taking the Detroit hockey community and giving them a voice. Pros to Joes. You'll get the best Detroit hockey coverage around. Chompin' Puck. Saturdays 1 p.m. on WoodwardSports.com.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
Hey there, Brendan Edwards, your favorite Wolverine here at Gardner White, the only local Michigan Detroit furniture store. I can see a couple of these in the house. Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge. $1,000 cash too. Is that in here? It may not be in here, but you can find it at woodwardsports.com. Sign up today.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spinmo Rex. What up?
JB's been playing some fire on.
You got my mic down coming back from breaks. This one? Spill a little hot 16. You feel that way?
Wagyu.
Shorty, Wagyu, fly me out to you. All right. I'll show you my boobs, but we can't do the ooh.
Y'all, Chris and the TD move. JB's moving the 1s and 2s. Beth looks super unentertained with what she's got going on, but she did just give me the head nod. She wants the fucking high five, dude.
Jesus, man.
We kind of discussing the Jalen Carter versus Will Anderson debate. A lot of stuff going on in the Woodward Sports chat. I saw a comment about there's possibility of Carter's misdemeanor upgrading to a felony. I think that was by Mooshman. Carter scares me only because the possibility of the felony. If that was cleared, I would be running to the podium at 6. Anderson would require a complete D-line change of scheme. Is that a real thing? Is there a possibility of that being upgraded to a felony? I feel like
I haven't heard anything about it.
And I've been in some trouble myself. They always hit you with the hardest charge right away.
Yeah.
Right away. Because you could always, it's like when you make an offer to somebody. Yeah. You always like, you always bargain down from that. And to my experience, again, they always hit you with the hardest charge right away, because then they can at least get you to plead down to that misdemeanor that he's currently being charged with now. So personally, and I don't know where Mooshman's like getting that information. From experience, I think that's a little bit BS.
Yeah. Imagine going in and they're like, nah, actually we're gonna up this.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how it works. I don't think that's gonna be upgraded to a felony. But if there's something like documented on that one,
this video Don Kleeman tweeted that it's like shows Jalen Carter on a body cam, and it says video from Georgia's Jalen Carter's police stop. The police officer who stopped Carter apparently told them he wasn't taking him to jail because he didn't want to make the news. Carter was going 89 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone.
Oh, we'll see. He's getting off because the cop fucked up now. Now it's nothing. Honestly,
that was from.
This is from
September 22nd, 2022.
That was when that tweet came up?
This was a different incident. That was from the video.
Oh. Huh. So the guy, what better place for him to come than Motor City?
Yeah.
He clearly likes driving cars, like real fast. He gonna learn real quick here. You can't. The roads is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So we're only gonna correct him.
That's true.
All right. He's gonna be riding. He's gonna hit a fucking pothole. He's gonna ruin whatever type of super expensive car he's got. He's like, damn, I should stop driving fast.
I should slow down a little bit.
Yeah. Focus a little bit more on football.
Good idea. You can correct his speeding problem with all his potholes.
Right. Only makes sense.
It's the only reason Michigan has him. Stop speeding. That's it.
For Jalen Carter.
I'm taking Jalen Carter at 6.
Oh, dude.
1,000,000,000%.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a prop bet in on him at 6. And then when I win, I'm going to buy a billboard. Shout out there at Jimmy. Jimmy's going to hook it up too. And like, slow down, Jalen Carter. Right there. I'm going to have one on 94. I'm going to have one on 96. Jalen Carter, slow down.
Yeah.
But not again.
Don't do it, please.
I ain't going back. I'm just, it only makes sense. Jalen Carter, Motor City. The guy likes driving. I'm just doing the math. That's all I'm doing.
Terrible.
Speaking of terrible, it reminds me of Chuck.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. No. But I'm obviously probably gonna save this one for tomorrow now. But I'm ready to like go in on the Scoot Henderson camp. And I apologize to you, Chris, if you're one of them.
I'm not. I told you I wasn't.
Well, at one point during the season, you were.
Everybody was.
Adrian Wojnarowski in the ESPN panel today saying Brandon Miller has passed Scoot Henderson as the number 2 player in the drafts in the eyes of NBA executives.
What a perfect time. What perfect time.
It literally just popped up. Shout out to Don Mitchell.
To be honest with you, it should have been that way.
Yeah.
Like, we are in the era of wings. This is the wing era. Wings win you rings. Like, I'm not looking at a 2-guard /
fourth point guard in a row.
Yeah. Like, I'm so straight on that. Literally, that would be the 4th fucking point guard in a row. There was some dipshit that tweeted out like during the weekend, like, look at what the 76ers did. This is why the Pistons.
Oh, I seen
specifically added the Pistons, like, why they should be okay with taking another point guard. The fuck have the 76ers done?
Nothing.
What the fuck have they done for you to make that? You don't feel like a dumbass thing out that tweet? Like, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No,
we want to be like the Sixers and never make it to the conference finals.
Yeah. And give me Scoot Henderson. He can't fucking shoot a 3. When I know the ball's going to be in Kay Cunningham's hands, like, get the fuck out of here with that. Give me Brendan Miller. Wings win you rings. Guy, shoot. What are you going to say, Chris? I apologize. You're a basketball guy.
I just, that whole narrative is so stupid because it's like, okay, yeah, you had all those high draft selections and you ended up with one transcendent player. Well, that's not terrible, but at the end of the day, it's not great either. Like, it's not like picking all of those high picks. Like, you're supposed to have at least 1.5 transcendent players instead of 2 guys that are just, oh my god.
Imagine if Detroit drafted Jalen Carter and Brandon Miller in the same year. Just all bad publicity.
Bad boys for life. We ain't
going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere.
We can't be stopped now because it's bad boys for life. But we are going somewhere, and that's out because that's the end of the show. We appreciate all of you for tapping in.
Spinny's got a flight to catch.
Make sure I got a flight to catch. I got some Wagyu steak to eat. We appreciate you all tapping in on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you find us on any podcast network. Subscribe and give us a 5-star review. For the man to my left, the one and only Speak Easy, Chris Platty in the TD booth, JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I'm Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.